guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the new Star Wars Fighter Pods. Man, this minifigure craze is getting out of hand. I can't believe that we have Star Wars figures like this now. Whew. So here's the thing. These minifigures have been a huge craze lately. From things like Squinkies to the Trash Pack, it seems like everybody is doing their own versions of the tiny little blind-bagged minifigures. And now Hasbro is doing their own Star Wars figures in the exact same fashion. They're calling theirs Fighter Pods. And what we're basically getting are these cool, tiny little minifigures of various Star Wars figures from all of the different realms, from the different movies, the prequels, the original trilogy, even the Clone Wars, right here in this cool Fighter Pods format. There are several different ways you can actually purchase the Fighter Pods, so I went ahead and picked up a few of the different sets so that we can take a look at them. You've got much larger carded packages, which are called the launcher sets, and these usually come with some type of a vehicle. You can see that I actually purchased the one that includes the Jedi Starfighter. So that includes the Jedi Starfighter. It comes with a few of the pods, some of which are black so that they come with mystery figures. And then it comes with a bunch of figures that you can actually see in the box. Another way of them coming is actually in these smaller packs, which just come with a few figures and a few of the fighter pods to put them inside of. You can see all of the figures within this little smaller package here. And then the way that I think is going to be the most popular for these is the blind bags. Now each of these little blind bags includes 2 minifigures and 1 pod to put them inside of. And they're only running about $3.99 in the stores, so that's not too bad considering you get 2 figures and 1 of the pods. And honestly, I think this is going to be the thing that makes these so popular. All of these minifigure things have been doing this blind bag thing, it seems. And the blind bag craze seems to be hitting like crazy, I guess. All of the stores, especially when you walk into places like Toys R Us, you just see blind bags for everything now. Be it Lego minifigures, K'NEX minifigures, My Little Pony, Squinkies, everything has a blind bag now. So I just think this is one of the cool hot trends. And actually, I really like it. So it makes it kind of fun and exciting, not knowing exactly what you're going to get sometimes. So let's take a look at some of the little figures. Basically, in the same vein as the Trash Pack and the Squinkies, they are made of a softer, rubbery material. They're not as soft as like the Trash Pack figures, but they are softer. And the details on them are actually really nice. And we got some really cool characters, like we've got Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And lots of troopers. We got Sand Troopers and Stormtroopers and Clone Troopers and awesome characters like Lando Calrissian and even my favorite, Ayla Secura. Awesome stuff. And there's some really, really cool little pieces. And actually, one of my personal favorites has to be Han Solo and Carbonite. Seriously, how awesome is Han Solo and Carbonite in this cool little minifigure form? Very cool. All of the characters are very stylized, so they're really cartoony looking, but it's a really cool look. And honestly, these are just really fun. These are a lot of fun. I can see these being popular with kids and even collectors like me who always find a way to get sucked back into buying Star Wars stuff. Because that's exactly what just happened here. So let's take a look at some of the fun little things that come with it. Now, as I was talking about, the figures come with these things that they're calling pods. They're fighter pods. These are very similar to the little balls that all the Squinkies are coming in. Each of the figures can fit inside of here. And you can just kind of twist it and open it up so you can pull the figure out. So if you want to put the figures in, pop them in place, you can do just that. Now you can see that on either end, there are small little pegs. And that's because there are different functions for these. Now the packages don't actually have any laid out rules or gameplay or anything like that. I think it's just kind of left up to the person with the toys how they want to play with them. Basically what the package says is like, spin them, roll them, launch them. It just says stuff like that so that you can kind of do what you want with them. So one of the things you can do is you can spin them. You've almost got kind of a top thing going on here, so on the bottom. So if you wanted to, you can kind of get the little twist spin going and you can spin them on a countertop there. And that way, if you and some friends wanted to get some of your fighter pods together and you want to have a spin fight with them, you can do that. You can have a little spin fight with them. Another thing that you can do is you actually do have these larger packs that come with these vehicles. There's stuff like, I got the Jedi Starfighter. There's another one that has the Millennium Falcon. You can see the pods attached to the back and they just kind of roll around. And So they actually kind of make it like a vehicle for your characters, and it works like a wheel almost, where it rolls. But another thing they say on the package is launch it. So if you wanted to, you can actually just use your thumb. You can launch the pod out of there by pressing it, and you can dive bomb all your little fighter pod characters. So just a fun little way to kind of knock them all down. And one of those things maybe where, like, you know, you can set up teams and you can set up all your little guys and you can do different things to try to knock down everybody's little fighter pod characters. You know, creative ways to play. Now, one of the other cool things about these pods is you can actually, you know, separate them in half, and each of the little characters has a small little hole on their foot, so you can actually plug them in, and they work as little figure stands as well. So if you want to, you can use them to display all of your little fighter pods characters, which is kind of a neat little thing there. So that's pretty much all there is to it, but I'll tell you what, these guys are a lot of fun. One of the cool things is that there is a little booklet that comes with each of the characters, and it shows you all of the figures that are available so far. And it does note in there that some of them are exclusive figures, which I guess would be the ones considered more rare. Like R2-D2 here is actually considered one of the rare ones for some reason. But those blind packs, all of them actually include one normal and one exclusive figure. So you're always going to get an exclusive figure with a blind pack, which actually makes them not really that rare to begin with. So, interesting little tidbit for you. But Series 1 is already out now. I can imagine that there will be plenty more series to come because there are so many different Star Wars characters out there. But even this initial wave has a ton of characters to collect. So there you go, guys. Star Wars Fighter Pods. It's a very cool little collectible figure series, and they are in stores now. So I would definitely recommend checking them out, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. Until next time.